Jaleel White's friction with his co-stars halts the Family Matters reboot, but not for the reasons you think. There are two sides to every story, but there's only one. Backstory. Clint Maxwell, a Disney executive, led Jaleel White through a corridor before landing at an isolated room at the bottom of the building. Jaleel was glowing, extremely happy of the prospect of his hit television show Family Matters returning to television. Clint held his words, merely smiling before opening a small room in the far corner of the building. Waiting inside was Jaleel's TV co-star, Jo Marie Payton. She greeted him with a soft smile but kept her eye on Clint. Clint exited the room and immediately closed the door. What was that all about? Jo Marie listened for Clint's footsteps before climbing to her feet. She retrieved a device from her purse, using it to sweep the room in search of hidden audio or camera devices. Jaleel's gaze froze in place, watching her. "What are you doing?" "Shh." Her device detected a tiny camera inside a plant and another under the table. "Are you going to tell me what's going on? Where's Reginald?" "I haven't seen you in almost 30 years. She glared at him with fondness in her eyes. "We shouldn't rehash the past. We can't move forward until we do." Jaleel adjourned his suspicions and surrendered to the moment. "Look, I'm sorry I was an asshole on the Family Matters set." Jo Marie carefully watched Jaleel as he constructed his sentences. "What? Why are you looking at me like that? Your tone is measured, your focus precise. Are they not supposed to be?" Jo Marie exhaled, seemingly with the weight of the world on her shoulders. She kept one eye on Jaleel and the other on the door. "We had our grievances years ago. But what? If you don't start talking, I'm leaving." Jaleel stood firm, listening intently. "You ever wonder why I left the set of Family Matters and never returned? Yes, you were a real bitch at times. No, I was protecting you. I stayed as long as I could." "Protecting me?" "Yeah, there's a lot you don't know. Are you familiar with James Olmos?" Jaleel bathed in excitement. You could sense his mind strolling down memory lane. "Good Times, that is my show. James is the reason I became an actor." Sadness quickly found a comfortable home on her face. "What about the show was happening?" "Now that show was everything. Fresh Prince, Martin. I loved all of those shows." "What are you getting at?" "They all had one thing in common." Her voice lowered like she was telling a story around a campfire. "Do you think the actresses left these shows voluntarily? Esther, Mabel, Janet, Tisha, myself? I'm still not understanding." Jo Marie was swept away by her memories. "I took a meeting with Disney President Eisner in the 90s for a new show. He had a list of numbers on his desk, pages and pages of numbers. Can I trust you, Jo Marie?" "Yes, of course, sir. These numbers are special. They represent every star that has ever acted, sung, or danced in our industry." His secretary called him to her desk and he left, and I snooped. "What else did you find?" "The studios worked with a tech company in Simi Valley. They were doing something to actors. Wouldn't I know if something was done to me? For insurance purposes, you are required to get an extensive neural examination. I presume that's where it all starts." Jaleel's eyes held steady, unwavering and unblinking. "James, Martin, Bernie, Will, and you had adverse reactions to whatever they did to you. This could just be your speculation. Janet, Tisha, Esther, and myself tried to help. We knew something was wrong with y'all, or different. Martin Lawrence waving a weapon in traffic at the height of his success. Will Smith and Scientology. Bernie just dies all of a sudden. Jamie's abrupt illness. They're doing something. Steve Harvey is doing okay." "Jaleel, that is not Steve Harvey. Someone found out we were trying to help them and they let us go. Tisha had proof, so she got to stay. Jaleel's head tilted to the floor. Sorrow flooded his eyes. I had a nervous breakdown 5 years ago. I know. May I see your arm? She grazed his arm with her fingertips. 6791. You have a number. Whoa. How'd that get there? I never noticed that. The door burst open. Clint stood in the doorway with 2 other executives with expressionless stares. Jaleel, are you ready to reboot Family Matters?